Have you ever felt like you're speaking, but no one's really listening? Or maybe you've put in hours of hard work only to feel completely overlooked. If you've ever felt invisible in both your personal and professional life, know that you're not alone. According to Vanessa Van Edwards in her book Cues, the reason behind this feeling may be simpler than you think. You lack charisma. Charisma is an incredibly powerful quality, the kind that makes people want to listen to you, follow your lead, and even look up to you. And the best part? Charisma isn't magic. It's not some innate trait you either have or don't have. In fact, charisma is actually a science of small verbal and nonverbal cues that we all send, often without even realizing it. In this episode, we'll dive into the fascinating world of charisma and how you can learn to project it. We'll explore what charisma really is, how certain cues, whether they're in your posture, eye contact, or tone of voice, can either make you shine or hold you back. Most importantly, we'll uncover how you can develop the ability to create a charismatic image that gets people to notice you and appreciate you, without pretending to be someone you're not. The moment you walk into a room full of strangers, something fascinating happens. Without even speaking a word, people begin to form an opinion about you. They decide whether you're approachable, confident, or someone worth engaging with. And this happens in just a few seconds. It's all based on the cues you unconsciously send to those around you. These cues, as Vanessa Van Edwards calls them, form the secret language of communication. Every little movement, gesture, or facial expression you make speaks volumes before you even open your mouth. Think about it. When you meet someone at a party and they give you a limp handshake or avoid eye contact, your brain quietly whispers, "Not confident." These tiny cues, often so subtle you don't notice them, shape how others see you, sometimes more than your words ever will. So what makes some people naturally magnetic and others not so much? The most charismatic people have mastered the balance of two types of cues: warmth and competence. Warmth is about trust. It's the smile, the open gestures, the friendly tone that makes people feel comfortable around you. Competence, on the other hand, is about respect. It's standing tall, speaking clearly, and showing you know what you're talking about. But here's the key. The sweet spot is when these two cues work together. Think of it this way. If you're too focused on showing off your competence, you might come across as cold or intimidating. On the other hand, if you're all warmth and no competence, people might like you, but they won't respect you enough to trust you with important things. Let's break this down with an example. Imagine you're in a job interview. You want to come across as someone who knows their stuff, so you're giving off those competence cues. But if you forget to smile or show some personality, the interviewer might start to wonder, okay, they know their stuff, but do I want to work with them? In contrast, if you're the bubbly, friendly type who just can't get the job details, right? People will like you, but they might not trust you with important work. So the trick is in the balance. Warmth earns trust. Competence earns respect. And together, they create the charisma that makes people want to follow you, work with you, and truly value you. One great example of someone who does this effortlessly is Keanu Reeves, the internet's favorite human being. Why do people love him so much? Because he's a perfect blend of warmth and competence. As an actor, he's exceptional at his craft, but it's his humble, approachable nature that really resonates with people. Vanessa Van Edwards identifies 4 levels of charisma, like a roadmap, helping you understand where you stand and where you need to improve. Let's go through these levels, starting with no charisma, where neither warmth nor competence is present. You come across as cold and distant, even if you're actually kind and capable. Then there's the level where you're all competence but no warmth. This is where a lot of professionals fall. People respect you for your expertise, but you might be seen as intimidating or unapproachable. On the opposite end, there's high warmth. Low competence, this person is likable but unreliable. And then the ultimate level, high warmth and high competence. This is where trust and respect come together. When you reach this level, people want to work with you and they trust you to lead. The good news is that no matter where you start, charisma can be developed. It's not a fixed trait, it's a skill that gets better with practice. To start, take a moment to assess where you stand on the charisma ladder. Are you naturally more warm, more competent, or struggling with both? Once you know where you are, you can begin working on the cues you're missing. For example, if you're the expert who struggles with warmth, start by practicing simple ways to show you care, like maintaining eye contact or smiling. If you're naturally warm but lack competence, focus on improving how you communicate your expertise, perhaps by speaking with more clarity and confidence. Van Edwards offers a simple test after any social interaction. Ask yourself, did I make them feel like a friend? Did I show that I know what I'm talking about? If the answer is yes, you're well on your way to mastering charisma. Remember, charisma isn't about grand gestures. It's about making people feel seen, heard, and valued. It's about being real, because the most charismatic people are the ones who are able to be genuinely themselves. And that's what truly draws others in. So, whether you're walking into a room full of strangers or preparing for an important conversation, take a moment to check in with yourself. Are you balanced between warmth and competence? If not, what small shift can you make right now to better connect with those around you? Charisma isn't about becoming someone else. It's about finding the best version of yourself and letting that shine through. As we've seen today, charisma isn't something you're born with. It's a skill that can be developed, nurtured, and perfected over time. It's about consciously adjusting your cues, your warmth, your competence, and your ability to connect with those around you. The key is not just knowing what charisma is, but making a deliberate choice to embrace it in your everyday interactions. And here's the beautiful part. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to show up as the most confident person in the room, and you certainly don't have to be the life of every party. But every time you choose to let go of the need to perform and simply focus on creating genuine connections with others, you're already a step closer to the type of charisma that's most impactful, the one that's rooted in authenticity. So, next time you walk into a room, before you start calculating how to come across, take a moment to pause and check in with yourself. Are you leading with warmth? Are you showing that you're willing to be vulnerable just a little bit? Are you demonstrating competence in what you know without the need to oversell it? These small shifts make a massive difference in how people perceive you. Thank you for listening to The Unbothered Mind. Keep working on yourself, keep connecting, and I'll see you in the next episode.